Alison is in the studio. She's running against Dianne Feinstein, as a lot of you know. You got a new ad. It partly attacks the media, and it's a little controversial, so that's fun. So I want to run it and then get your reaction. Let's watch.
I'm Alison Hartson, and I've never slept with a porn star. I've also never called anyone a China person, nor am I a Nazi. That's why the media isn't covering my campaign. I've been a public school teacher for 10 years and led a national nonprofit to end political corruption. But that doesn't raise anyone's ratings, so media would rather give billions in free advertising to clowns and actual Nazis. I'm going to fight for Medicare for all, higher wages, and college education for your kids. I'm Alison Hartson, and I approve this message because you deserve somebody who's going to represent you, not corporate donors.
All right, I have to confess that I love that. So
I love it too.
So in the ad, you show the actual Nazi guy who's running for office as a Republican somewhere else, but there's a Nazi in your race, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And he got a lot of coverage, and it's frustrating. And by the way, don't get me wrong, I get why the media does it, and I do it too. You know, when Don Blankenship says China person, you got to cover it. It's insane. But I would hope that we would also cover legitimate candidates who actually look out for people.
That's exactly right. I mean, it makes sense to cover it. People need to know who they're actually voting for everybody running, especially when you look at how legitimate my campaign is, how much I'm leading. I mean, we have a trifecta. I'm leading with volunteers, I'm leading with small dollar donations, which means I have more people donating to, more like human beings donating to my campaign than the others, even the corporate candidates. I'm leading in social media by 6 to 8 times above every single other candidate every single week. We report this, we send it to the reporters, nothing.
Yeah, that's the frustrating part, because I also understand the frustration of reporters. Well, what metric should I use? They're used to using money as a metric, but we did their job. We said, okay, look, here are other metrics. Alison has nearly, last I checked on your website, 1,935 volunteers.
Volunteers, yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So that's almost 2,000. That's a nice metric. That means you've got a lot of momentum, passion behind you, et cetera. Winning is small dollar donations. That's a great metric because that means that's actual human beings as opposed to Lockheed Martin and AT&T, et cetera, right? And then the social media that you're crushing in, et cetera. Nope. What does it do? It incentivizes bad behavior. It incentivizes people to say outrageous things to try to get attention instead of trying to do the hard work of getting volunteers and small donors. But nonetheless, 2 polls just came out.
And I am statistically tied for 2nd place right now.
Oh.
So yeah, just 2 points right behind KDL. And but when you consider the margin of error at 4.2% in this most recent poll, I'm statistically tied. Could go.
Yeah. And so you guys understand, I've said this a lot, but if you're watching for the first time, California, the top 2 advance to the general election. Doesn't matter what the party is, Republican or Democrat. So if you're in 2nd place, that means you're going to the general election. So Feinstein is leading, she's the incumbent, she has enormous name recognition. And then it's a free for all. And in that, without almost any media coverage, Alison rose up, and now is in a statistical tie for 2nd place. And elections next week.
Yeah. And so when you look at all of those metrics that we just laid out and the polls that are coming out, and it's poll after poll, almost every single poll, and let's keep it real. Like, the polls are flawed. They are absolutely flawed, each poll in their own way. But regardless of that, every time they include me, I am in the race. I am statistically tied, statistically close. It's gonna be a nail biter.
Yeah, it really is. And last thing about that is, one guy has a ton of money in the race, self-financed, and he did a ton of ads, and he rose up because name recognition is so important. So when we ask you to donate to the Just Democratic candidates like Alison, it's so for a number of reasons. 1, to hire the staff to organize 2,000 volunteers, and 2, so that they could actually do some ads of their own. I mean, you just saw that ad. That ad is awesome. That ad is crushing, right? And it has great social media traction, but we need to give it a push, and that's why we also push AlisonHartson.com/go, and all the other.
Yeah, and I want to let
links.
everybody know too that we are running 5 of our ads right now on online. And we're using a lot of our donations to do this. It is proving to actually work. We are getting so many more, thousands upon thousands of people now, even more so than before, coming to my website, coming to Facebook and Twitter. And every $5 our data is showing is reaching 30 more voters, or at least 30 more people. So anything you can do to donate, we're going to keep pushing these ads out, but we know that it helps to bring in more votes.
Especially for people not taking corporate PAC money, that's the bloodline. And that's how we win.